Hey guys, what's going on? It's Algo here. Um, I'm coming today to just bring you guys the technical side to everything that's going on. Certain things that really caught my eye that I've known about for a few days now. Um, but I guess I would say there's not a lot of coverage on it. There's a few people talking about some of the things I want to talk about, but I guess it's not enough coverage on it. And of course, you got the mainstream media who's not going to be transparent about a lot of things. So yeah, we'll just get quickly right into it. For everybody who's asking about, there's some people naysayers out there asking whether the wealth transfer is going to happen. Well, guys, it's starting to manifest. There's $80 trillion in debt that is due next year. In total, there's 100 trillion if we're talking globally that's due in the FX swap markets next year, right? The maturity date for these short-term debts that were taken out by these backdoor deals have now been are now reaching their default dates, right? So basically, you have entities who need to purchase something in another country, two entities that want to purchase something in each other's country. Basically, what they do is they do their own derivative contract deals and issue their own interest rate and basically sweep these transactions, the majority of them, under the rug. And so all these transactions that have been done over the past um, uh, God knows for how long have now added up to over 100 trillion. Right, this 80 trillion here is just the U.S. based side of it. Right, basically, guys, this 80 or this $100 trillion debt is basically due next year, and they don't know where this money is going to come from because they don't know exactly what entity or which entities have it gotten involved in these backdoor transactions, and so um, they don't know what might happen when these deadlines come up and how the markets are going to react. Right, guys? I remember we talked to you guys about the markets and their movement and how they move. Yeah, this is very detrimental. This is very alarming, knowing that there's $100 trillion that is due next year, and most likely than not, it's you got people like Warren Buffett calling this the weapons of mass destruction, right? Um, a black swan type trigger, right, guys? So this is the perfect example, guys, to give you the technical sides of what's going on right now in the financial markets, deliberately in the euro markets, right, guys, which is basically the global markets, right? The second thing is looking into the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve guys have fell off a cliff. They are no longer able to provide the Treasury with specific yields or profits, right? And now they're underwater, guys. Basically, guys, they're not making any money right now. The Federal Reserve is literally in net negative. They're underwater, right, guys? Reason for this is because as we're increasing interest rates, they're offloading their balance sheets. They're offsetting or not offsetting, but they're unloading their balance sheets, and all their assets are being sold off for a net loss. Okay, guys. So the Federal Reserve, guys, is in a situation where they're taking L's. That's just to sum it up, right? We're not. I'm not trying to confuse anybody. I'll link George Gammon. His name is George Gammon. He's a very smart guy. He can give the details, the specific details to this, but I'm not trying to confuse you guys. So I just want to make it so basic to the point where my grandma could possibly understand it. But basically, guys, the Federal Reserve is on the brink of bust. Okay, guys, and if the Federal Reserve goes bust, by obligation, it's their tender note. This is why they've been telling you guys to get your money out of the banks. It's their note. They could do a bank holiday, right? They've done it before. They could do it again. If they need the depositor, which is me and you, if they need our tender notes that we worked for, which is technically theirs, right? Because it's their reserve note. They could call for it, which is going to come down on the commercial bank, which is going to come down on every single entity that holds US dollars. This is what's going to end up happening. So, guys, this is just the beginning of what people have been telling you guys about, just to give you guys the technical side of what is going on, right? That the Federal Reserve is technically almost, right? Not far from, but bankrupt. Okay, they're insolvent, right? FTX is not the only entity that is going through these issues right now. So that's another thing, guys. And you could possibly, like I said, you can check out George Gammon. He'll give you guys the details. This is the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. You can see that their remittance earning is negative 14 trillion, I believe that number is. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. And their assets of what they're holding on their sheet is only 36 trillion. So, right, as time goes on, that 14 trillion will grow, and that 36 trillion will become lesser and lesser, right, guys? So this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning of this great dilemma, right? This sweeping, this financial flood that's going to annihilate the markets. Mind you, guys, when all when these dams break and this water spills, mind you, guys, the crypto market it's only 804 billion. This would completely crush the crypto markets if this was to spill over. Okay, guys, how crazy it's gonna get. Okay, guys, this is just the technical evidence of what's going on. Okay, guys, um, there is there's an old saying: "What goes up must come down." Okay, and when water fills up a specific space of a particular area, it's gonna want to go somewhere else. Okay, guys. So this is just a technical manifestation of what's going on, guys. Which I believe is going to spill over. If I understand what I know, right? All this is going to spill over into equities, commodities, and stocks, particularly crypto. Okay, guys. Another thing, quickly, you have all these central banks of other countries that are selling dollars, right? Selling treasuries to get dollars to get their prop up their currency, right? You have the China, which is this happened back in September. Basically, China's told China told their banks and their entities get ready to get rid of dollars so we could get back yuans, right? It's not just China doing this, but also Japan has been doing this, right? Japan has been doing multiple interventions, aka operations, where they're basically dumping dollars to get back yen so they could strengthen their currency. There is a currency war going on right now, guys. This is basically what's been going on, right? We can basically see what's been going on. In Japan has been very, very aggressive with this. Okay, guys. As you can see, guys, the major holders, okay, guys, the major holders of U.S. Treasuries, okay, guys, is Japan and mainland China. Okay, guys, this is real. This is real and it's really happening. Okay, guys. So right now, guys, I'm going to start giving technical analysis and things going on with the crypto markets, particularly. This is my niche. This is my field. I might as well just give you guys my insight. There's a lot of funds pouring into Bitcoin right now. A lot of funds pouring into Bitcoin, particularly the funds that are leveraged, along with hedge funds. They're starting to pour back into Bitcoin. Okay, the spread of Bitcoin is now thin. The liquidity is now in the markets. The spread of the Bitcoin prices has been as thin as it's ever been. What is the spread? The spread is basically a fee that you pay to get into the markets, whether you're buying or selling. The spread also tells you how liquid the markets are. Okay, so guys, this thing is getting very, 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 very serious, and the mainstream media is not too fond of talking about this. Instead, they're stuck on SBF and the FTX debacle. So, guys, just to keep you guys aware, those of you who are, you're hearing the prophets, you're hearing the dreamers like me that are giving these dreams out, but you don't see nothing happening, guys. It's happening. This is the technical side of it, and I'm just here to give you guys a quick view, a quick rundown of what's going on. Okay, guys. So there's a tornado, hurricane, snowstorm, aka black swan, that's developing, and it's here, and it's not being talked about. There's few outlets that are actually talking about it. Like I said, I'll post George Gammon's 2 videos down there so you guys can know about the 100 trillion debt that's due, along with the Federal Reserve being basically insolvent I'll try to post that up so you guys can get a more professional explanation on that. Right? I'm only a trader, but I do have to keep up with these things so I can know the direction of the markets. But yeah, guys, God bless, and Al goes out of here.